Welcome to Nike. Nike is really proud to host this summit, and we're really proud to host our distinguished guests tonight. Nike's honored to support U.S. soccer. We're honored to support pro athletes, and we're honored to support the youth elite soccer community.
I think we're all very excited, myself included. So we are here today to discuss, as we mentioned a little bit, the curriculum and share it with everyone, the ideas behind it, and some key takeaways from the curriculum. Quality training. All of us, again, making it better, age appropriate, and having fun and inspiring your players.
It's been a terrific experience in general. We've watched the under-18 national team play against the Timbers reserves. We've had some fantastic lectures.
How do you become a better team? How do you become a better coach yourself? How do you lift up a nation? How do you make this nation a better place with more talent? How do you take what you have and create something better?
Being honest with where we are as a country in terms of the sport of soccer is that we've come a long way, but it's a sport where we have so many nations around the world where we can look at and basically copy of what they're doing. This isn't anything new. It's very consistent with leading nations around the world and what they're doing.
I spent the last 3 years, as Dan said, visiting talent hotbeds around the world. Tiny places that produce impossible numbers of talented performers in sports, in art, in music, and math. And I looked at those places from two angles. I looked from a behavioral angle. I visited, what did they do? How did they spend their morning? How did they spend their afternoon? How did they spend their evening? What were they doing? What was their behavior? Second angle was motivational. What were the spaces like? What sort of signals were in the environment that they were around?
We, as players, can have influence on coaches, but coaches have the ability to take new things in.
Development over winning, as we talked about. Being faithful to it. Being really faithful to it. Every single day, are the players, are the kids, the most important thing. That's what I worry about. That's what I talk about. That's my only goal, is making the players, and of course the coaches who teach them, all of us better.
I thought the speeches that we've had were very good. We've had, they handed us out the new curriculum, which is inspiring. I think it's very important that the federation chooses a style of play, and I like attacking football. So
the short-term goal is really to let everyone know that there's a plan for them, that they ultimately, though, are going to be the ones and the influential people in their soccer communities that can take it, they can pass it on to other coaches. But really, for me, is to really connect all the different coaches and influential people in the country to start working together.
what we get is a manual, and which includes a style of play that they want us to spread the word with. This it will only help us bring a broader message to the soccer community in our area.
The competition is not within this room. It's not within this room. We need to wake up right now and understand that our competition is the world. It isn't the team in Tampa trying to beat the team across the river in Sarasota. It's not. I'm sorry, I know there's sometimes it happens. We're competitive. We want to beat our neighboring clubs and our neighboring town team. But our competition is the world. Is the world. We are being judged in developing players on the world market.
I think in general it's all connected because ultimately we hope that the level of development that starts when the kids are little and progresses all the way to the first team, as a country we can get better and more consistent so that we have better players for Major League Soccer, for players that ultimately want to play in Europe, and then finally for players that come into the national team so that we can play in the Gold Cup tournament and have a legitimate chance of winning it every time, and then playing in qualifiers so that we can qualify for the World Cup. And then finally, when we get to the World Cup, that we can go as far as we possibly can.
We're sometimes have a small vision and small focus on what we're trying to do, and it's about really getting a bigger picture on what us as coaches want to do. And so for me, it's letting them know that this is the direction that U.S. Soccer wants to go, and having them come on board and be as important as I am to it, because it's true, we only can influence a certain amount of players. You know, I can't coach 300 kids. I coach 15, 16 kids in a session. I have to do it right, and they have that same possibility wherever they are. But if we're all doing it together and we're within the same direction, within the same guidelines, you know, you would think there's a better chance for us to succeed in developing players.
This is a real big step. I think that we've got a sense of one direction, that the ship's being steered in one place, and everybody's beginning to get on the same page. So I think this is a major breakthrough. Obviously there's still a lot of work to be done, but this is the first step, in my opinion, in getting everybody on the same page.
We need to make a really big difference collectively. Today we start. There's been a lot of work, but we take one more step forward. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.